Okay, so we've covered 3 key points so far. We know the last key point was the third one, and we're looking at the curl guide chart. So once we understand the structure of the curls, we then need to understand what type of products will be used for specifically type 3 hair and type 4 hair. So there are 4 main products that you're always going to use whenever you're styling curly hair textures. So this doesn't only apply to your type 3 hair textures, but also we're talking about Caucasian hair that is curly, Asian hair texture that is curly as well. The first product we have there is the leave-in conditioner. So this would be either in a form of a spray, or you can use a cream as well. It depends what you need it for. If we're using it for spraying and wetting down the hair, I would recommend that you use the spray form, because you always want to work with the hair when it's wet, whenever you're styling your curly hair textures. The cream, the leave-in conditioner cream, is great, especially if someone's got tangled hair or it's quite dry, you just want to soften and moisturize and detangle the hair. That's when you're going to go in with your leave-in conditioner, that's the cream. The second product on the list is your curl defining mousse or your curling mousse. This is a very lightweight product, so we're talking about type 3A hair texture in terms of the product you might use this for. You can also use it for your type 3B and 3C, but on its own, on those hair textures, it's going to be too light. So if you know that you need a curl defining product that is very light, then your curling mousse is going to be the right product for you. The third product on the list is our curling cream. Your curl defining creams, they come in different consistencies. You're going to have the slightly thicker curl defining creams, and you're going to have some of the lighter ones. For example, if I was using my Flora and Curl Activating Lotion, that's a very light curl defining cream. If I wanted something slightly thicker, I might go for the Flora and Curls Twist and Braid Cream. What they've actually done is they've created a product that works for both twisting and braiding, but if you're styling your type 3C hair texture that requires something a little bit more heavy, then the Twist and Braid Cream could be used as a curl defining cream as well. Another example could be if you wanted to use Moroccan oil product, that's a very lightweight curl defining cream. Works great for your type 2 hair texture to your 3A, but once you get to your 3C hair texture, you need a cream that's a little bit more on the thicker and heavier side. The last product on the list there is the curl defining gel. You'll notice that I put custard next to that as well, because sometimes when the packaging, it actually doesn't say curl defining gel, so it would say curl defining custard. So that's another product name that you're going to find. Say for example, you're going in the shop and you're looking for the product for, you know that you need a curl defining gel, but you can't see anything there and they all say custard. Just remember, the gel and the custard are exactly the same thing. So don't make the mistake of using the custard as if it's a cream in case you need it for something else. Just make sure you always read at the back, because it will tell you if it's a curl defining custard, it will say specifically for curl defining, or it might have a diagram where it shows you something similar to like the images that I created for when I was demonstrating about the curl guide chart as well. So these are the 4 key products you're always going to need whenever you're styling curly hair. You just need to know, based on the curl structure, what product should I be using. So I'll just put on here so we get an idea. So if I was styling my 3A hair texture, I would go for the curling mousse. If I was styling my curly hair that is more on the drier side, but it's like a 3B, 3C, I would go in with my curl defining cream. Okay, so this can also work for your 3C hair texture. If I was styling curly hair that is more like a 3C, because at this point it's getting much more tighter and we want to get that definition because it's getting closer to the Afro hair texture, I would definitely use that for the 3C hair texture as well. I do apologize about my handwriting, but I hope you guys can read that is a 3 and that is a C. But this is just to give you an idea of why it's important to understand, based on the hair groups that we looked at, what type of product would I be using for that curl pattern, okay? So now we know what we use for our type 3 hair. We need to know, what do we use for type 4 hair texture? That's our Afro hair texture. So the first thing you always need is a leave-in conditioner. Now, whenever I style hair, I always use a leave-in conditioner in the hair because I find that it's great for just starting the point of moisturizing and helping to detangle the hair. So that's the first thing that will go in the hair there. The next thing we need is a moisturizing cream. So this moisturizing cream could be used during the blow drying process or the styling process as well. The moisturizing creams, they come in different consistencies depending on the brand that you're working with. So most of the tutorials that we've done so far, we have been using the Charlotte Mensa hair pomade, which works really well for moisturizing. We've also used the coconut souffle, which is one of my favorite that I actually use quite a lot. So that's the Mizani coconut souffle cream that I actually use for styling hair. The moisturizing creams are designed for adding moisture and shine to the hair as well, but they're not necessarily always going to heat protect the hair. So the next thing on the list here is our heat protector. So these will come in a form of a serum or in a form of a cream. You just decide which one you want to use. It doesn't necessarily have to be a particular brand. It doesn't necessarily have to cater for type 4 hair, but it's always good and ideal to use products that are designed for those hair textures, because some of the heat protecting products will have an element of moisturizing in them. For example, the Thermosmooth that I use, which is by Mizani, the Thermostrength, the smaller bottle heat protecting serum that they have, it's more of a cream, so I find that it naturally softens and moisturizes the hair slightly while still mainly focused on heat protection for the hair. Number 4 there, you notice that I put twisting creams. So the twisting creams, and I'll also put butter because sometimes this is what it might say on the packaging. So based on the type of styling that you're doing, majority of the time when we're doing styling for type 4 hair texture, we're always manipulating the curl pattern some way by blow drying and then braiding and creating the design or shape that we want to see in the hair. So when we're doing things like flat twisting, single twisting, or creating bantu knots, we're doing those techniques as a style on its own, but then also as a way to arrive to a different style that we want to see in the hair. So for that reason, we have to use specific creams. So this is where you have your twisting creams or your twisting butter. This is what you'll find on the actual packaging. It will actually say twist and braid cream, for example, like the Flora and Curl product that we've been using. And also another term you might find, it might say twisting butter. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily say twisting. So what I would advise is to always check the back of the packaging where it tells you the directions of use. You're looking out for these keywords. If it says twist and twist out styling, okay? So this is how you know that's the type of product you want to use. So if it says twist and twist out styling, you know that you're going to use it for your twisting, whether it's for bantu knots, flat twisting, or single twisting, or even the braid out technique as well. And the other thing we use a lot is the oils, because naturally Afro hair is quite naturally dry because of the texture of the hair and the curl pattern, should I say. The tighter the coils are, the more the drier the hair is going to be, should I say. So we always use more oils on the hair. We use them for the hair and on the scalp as well. So you always want to have a good set of oils in your kit. Some of the oils that we've been using a lot of the Charlotte Mensa Maketi oil. So that can be applied both on the hair and on the scalp as well. And the last thing I have there is an edge control, edge tamer. So it's always good to have that because we do a lot of laying down of the baby hairs at the front. We use our edge control product during the braiding and cornrow process. We also use the edge control product if we're slicking the hair up for a ponytail attachment. So it's quite a versatile product that can be used for so many different things. So it's always good to have that at hand because you never know when you might actually need to use it. So these are the key products I would say when it comes to type 3 and type 4 hair textures in terms of your styling. You just need to decide what type of product and what brand you actually want to use the products from. So I do have a few products here with me so that you can just see some of those in terms of the packaging, and I'll just quickly just summarize what I just discussed with you. So for our curl defining products, I have these 4 products here. Hopefully you can see these. So you have this one here, which is the spray, the hair mist that will work as our leave-in conditioner. We have the volumizing foam, which is our working for our curl defining. We have the curl defining gel here, which is a very lightweight curl defining gel. It doesn't go hard when we actually style the hair. And then we have, I have picked up the wrong package, but it's exactly the same. So in the packaging similar to this, it will actually be a curl activating lotion, which is by the exact same brand, which works for our styling, our lighter curl textures. So I would say from a type 2C all the way to your 3B, you can use that cream there. And if I was styling my type 3 hair texture, we've got this twist and braid cream. So that covers both for type 4 hair styling, and it also covers for type 3 hair textures. So it's always good to have those products in your kit that can work for so many different things, so you're not having to carry around so much stuff with you, okay? And I'll show you some of my other favorite products that I like to use. So these are the Mizani ones. So in case someone was wondering what the Thermostrength looks like, so this is the Mizani Thermostrength that we use for the heat protection, okay? And then this is the Mizani Coconut Souffle. I really love using this product. It's a great moisturizing product. It's very lightweight, it's not heavy. So these are great for your type 4 hair textures when it comes to styling. And then I have my Charlotte Mensa hair pomade. I've only recently started using this, so this is a really great moisturizing product as well. It helps to add that shine that we want to see in the hair, and it's a very lightweight product as well. And last but not least, I'll just show you the edge control product that we really like using at the moment. That's the Style Factor Edge Booster, and this is kind of like what it looks like here. So there's quite a few different products that we're always using when we're working with any of these hair texture at any given point. It just depends on what technique you're aiming to create. Always remember, your type 3 hair is focused on your curl defining, so use the right product, find the right brand that caters for the right hair texture that you're working with. And it's the same thing that applies for your type 4 hair textures as well.